morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone around the world. Well, there was not a red wave last night. Well, I tell you, it's going to be close in the House. Looks like the Democrats are going to hold the Senate. So we'll have to see how all this unfolds in the coming weeks. Remember, I'm an independent, but I voted blue no matter who this time because I just can't deal with misogyny and racism and bigotry. But anyways, make sure that you got out there and voted. And if you didn't, get out there next time to vote. Make sure your voice is heard. I know this isn't a political thing, but hey, I just had to bring up and all that. If you follow me on Twitter, I've got a blue check and I pay my $8 a month. I know there's going to be people that are mad at me. I was already paying $5 for Twitter Blue. It was only a $3 increase. So we'll see what happens. I was just in a huge space where Elon was answering some questions. You should have checked that out. It was pretty darn good. Hopefully there's a recording of it and you guys can watch it. I encourage you to do so. Again, whether you like Elon or not, check it out, listen to it, tell me what you hear. In the meantime, welcome to the flow. Shadow Fox, how are you doing today?
I am absolutely awesome. I really am. I'm really excited with our guest today. Sarah is a very, very dear friend of mine. And so for this segment, we're just going to have a little bit of fun. She can speak for herself, but she is just this beautiful gardener. I mean, seriously, I thought we could kind of tie a few things in because creativity, right? We're, planning stuff and getting ready for even next spring, and she just has bumper crops. She helps to feed her community. So, like I said, it has everything to do with trusting, the intuition, and she talks and sings to her plants. So
She sent
she's
me
a
a picture.
I just love her.
She sent me a picture of a sunflower, and it's just a beautiful sunflower. And
Oh yeah, you got to hear the story behind that one.
oh, I can't wait. And I encourage everyone to talk to their plants. There's actually studies out that plants are actually sentient. So I want people to think about that. I truly believe that. I know people that talk to their plants while they water them and stuff like that, and they're all gorgeous. And there's people that just go and water their plants and they struggle to grow. So I think talking to the plants helps tremendously.
Well, this woman has massive, a massive garden. So I'm very excited to have Sarah on today. Seriously, she's a hoot. So
all right, well then let's bring the hoot on here.
yeah.
Well, hello, Sarah. How are you today?
Oh, she may be having difficulties.
Yep. That Indiana internet will get you every time. Yeah.
Well,
Ohio's not real, and Indiana still hasn't figured out how to do the internet. So
and there was a little bit of a lag with that. Sarah may have to go out and come back in, perhaps. I hope.
Okay. Well, why don't you give her a quick message and see if she can go out and come back in.
Maybe you can just talk a minute. Let me see if I can call her and
Sure.
See what's going on.
A little technical difficulty today.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Well, one of my happiest moments is that I see that Lauren Boebert is losing. So I'm very happy about that. So that's kind of made my day. We got to get crazy out of office. And I know I sound like a Democrat. I know. I'm not. I am a leftist. But I believe in human rights first. And this is why I have these two beautiful people on here today, because we're all humanists.
Hey, dear. Can you come back in, because we can't see you?
Okay, yes.
All right, thanks. All right, she's I love you, Indiana. I'm telling you.
Yep. Oh, we got a picture back up, so she'll probably be in a second.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, I know how it is and all that. When my where I was living before, I used to go on shows and this would happen to me. I would just fade out because of the internet, So
Yeah,
uh,
she may have to give permission for the camera and the audio.
yeah,
I don't know if she can hear. She was up. We were all talking.
yes, yes. Well, and that is one of the other things about StreamYard. When you come back in, you got to do the mic and you got to do all that stuff, and you got to retype your name in and everything. So sometimes it takes a minute. Here we go. Add to the stream. We have two Sarahs. The other one hopefully will go out. Hello, Sarah.
And that-
Oh my!
Are you there?
I can hear you.
There we go.
What?
Oh yes. Oh, we have you. No, we
Oh
don't.
no, we lost her again.
Oh, Sarah. Sarah. There we go.
Wait.
We got you. Is there a lag?
Okay.
Can you?
I don't know.
Can you
Is
hear us?
there? It sounds better to me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. There we go. Now we can hear you.
Now we can hear
Sort
you.
of. Yeah.
Well, everyone, this is Sarah. If we can keep her in the room, it'll be great. But I was just going to explain that how we kind of had
I
met.
call you Kim, right?
Can you hear? Sarah? Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay. So I was just going to explain.
Yes.
Okay. We have a back we have a back leg here. But Sarah and I met many years ago. Lee Two Hawks and I actually were teaching up in Lilydale, and her and her partner had come to Lilydale, and we were, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was either Lee or I were giving readings at the stump, and they were in the audience, and I think I had given her partner a message, and then it was after that he looked us up, and we really just became friends. They come up every year, and so we kind of share, we share some time together, and we do like Niagara Falls and zip lining and
Nice.
everything. So yeah, our families are kind of like we adopted each other, I think.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What was that? Say that again, Sarah.
Say it again.
I say yes. We did. We went mining. She took me up 6 stories high. And down.
Oh, she's in and out.
Yeah, you're in and out, definitely. Well, she was saying
hear
about
me?
the zip line. Yeah, you're kind of breaking in and out, dear.
Yeah, we got some serious lag going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways,
I can't fix it.
that's okay. But Sarah, if you
I
would
can
like
try
just
to go out and come back again, but I don't know how to do this.
okay. Yeah, I'm not sure, Paul. I mean, Sarah, I don't know if you can just start talking and just see a little bit, because we were mentioning about you with the gardening and how you tune in and just listen to how you plant things. And I just thought I'd let you try to go, and let's see if we can get it going where people can hear you. Is she froze?
Yeah, she froze again.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Is your phone plugged in? Yeah, this may not. I don't know.
That's okay.
We can try to come back in. I don't know, Sarah. You may have to plug your phone in. If it isn't, I don't know. And the other thing too is, Paul, that because of the internet connection there, if there's a lot of people on the internet in her area, it might also
That can
be
play a lot.
creating.
And she's also working off of her data. When she was in doing the test yesterday and all that, she's also running off of her data. So that can eat up data really, really fast.
Oh.
And if it's getting overwhelmed, she could either be running low on data, or like you said, it could be just simply the internet's getting bogged down. You got to remember too, this is the day after the election, so I am sure there are people that are going to be, texting and tweeting and everything else. So it's probably going to be hard for her to be on the show. We might have to bring her back next week and give it a try. Or
Yeah, if this doesn't work, because she's so excited about. Here, let's see if she's coming back in.
she's coming back. We'll give it another try.
Yep.
Okay.
How you do?
All right, Sarah, you do the talking. We're going to see if it holds out.
Oh Lordy. Okay. I came to talk about my garden.
Yeah.
My garden is a sanctuary, and I use meditation, talking to the plants. I heard you saying that before when I was froze up.
Yep.
And basically creating a space that only good energy flows, get it, back and forth between me and the plants, because plants thrive on energy. They thrive on your energy, and then they give back to you. They give you the energy back. If you can communicate with plants. I have a story. This summer, I planted a row of carrots. Okay, it's just a row of carrots, and it got run over sort of accidentally right after it was planted by the tiller. Okay, and then it kind of got swept away, with some of the seed away. And my boyfriend, my partner Wayne, he goes out there, he looks at this row, and boy, that's a sad row of carrots. That's what he said. I said, don't talk to my plants. And I loved those carrots for the rest of the season. They were my project. I talked to them. I told them how sorry I was. He was mean to them. And I got the biggest carrots this year because of the vibration that I exchanged with the carrots versus nasty old vibration.
Oh my goodness.
Just saying about the sun that grew in came up on its own. Some random sunflower grows up about 8 feet tall. I sent you a picture of that one. And it has all these leaves that when you're up at the house away from the garden, it looks like a person is walking the garden the whole time.
Oh my goodness.
Well, my partner, he's scared of that thing. It's still out there. It's dead. And he won't touch it. He told me yesterday that I have to the sunflower because that's the watcher.
And now that
So
sunflower was one that was different. So that sunflower was one that was different from anything else. Okay. Oh, don't tell me.
I did not plant this sunflower. It went through 270 miles. It went through 270 a mile an hour and never fell over. All the rest of them did. Not that. And it's still sitting out in that garden, all pecked and dead.
Oh, wow.
There, right this minute.
So do you think?
I also
But do you think that that sunflower was like simply because it was an entirely different variety? It wasn't something that you planted at all, and it just happened to find your garden. Do you think that that sunflower? I'm loving it
Yeah,
because there's so many coincidences, and I mean, there's not coincidences,
my
but
gar-
it's like, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
exactly not a coincidence.
Right.
When I
So,
am in my garden, I I don't know how to describe her. There is first of all, I guess you have to know that I am a medium in my background, not like an active medium right
yep.
now, but it's there. And have been followed for a few years now by an old woman out in my garden, better
Ah.
than me.
And so you listen and she helps you like,
Will instruct me on ways of doing intuition.
okay.
And this year,
Oh my goodness. Keep talking.
yes, this her project, not my project, her project was my Roma tomatoes that I use for make spaghetti and all that.
Okay.
And she showed me a way to plant them and surround them with rocks. Now, why? I don't know.
Oh,
Wayne was not my partner. He said, well, you can't the rose, sweetie. I said, I don't care. But she said to do this year. And I got a massive bumper crop of Roma tomatoes.
oh, simply because you feel that you had placed those
So
rocks
by
there?
listening to her every year, she always some weird project. And I just listen. I mean, if somebody more than you, even on a you,
Ah, you're breaking it up a lot, Sarah. Oh my goodness.
you know, that's something to think about right there. Do you
Yeah.
listen even
Uh-oh. We
Oh,
lost her.
we lost her again.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is from I know from what she was speaking, is she really just intuitively listens, um, and she just takes action on what she's feeling. And I do know about the rocks because she had called me up and she was like, "What?" And I says, "Well, if you got the feeling, put the rocks there." And she was amazed. I mean, she couldn't believe the bumper crop she had. So if it was the energy of those rocks or whatever, obviously we don't have any scientific proof of any of this, but yeah. So she just listens. She's really the one. Like if I'm having difficulty with some of my plans, she's very very adept at tuning in and just telling us, what's going on with our plants. So yeah. So try
what's going
talking.
on.
Let's see. Keep talking.
I'm back.
I'm back. One last try here.
So I was just mentioning that, how you definitely tune in and then take action for some of the information that you're getting. Like those plants are your babies.
They are. I'm just the caretaker. They do all the work as far as growing, and I just take care of them. And I grow an enormous garden and have a spot at the local farmer market every summer as well, and take produce down there for the people that walk by. It's fun.
Yeah, and
I
you take a
also,
lot of those plants, right? The starters, and people just love
yeah,
them.
I am
last
going
year,
to.
yes, last year, my partner dared me to grow 1,000 plants. So I have this up here to do that. And I ended up taking down and selling 700 plants to the local area. So it was funny, about every garden in the area had one of my plants in it. And they came back and told me how great they did. That was the fun part. It's
Oh,
very hands on what I do. And I get
oh,
to teach people that way how to plant something. How do you take care of something? Back to me all summer.
Hold on.
right.
I'm going to
Yeah, it's
show
fun.
Sarah's garden.
Oh, there's
Oh, well,
there.
there's the sunflower.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's dance. Oh, that is a bunch of gold, and that is a very large space. It doesn't look really large, but that is a ton of gorge right there.
Oh, oh,
Okay, that my buddy Ross that's in my greenhouse. And if you notice, Bob Ross is in a bad position right now with that pink flamingo.
yeah.
And
Oh,
my
but
grand
the
and
biggest
my
thing is with Ross. I mean, that's one of her famous things from her, and this is inside her greenhouse, right? And she's always
yeah,
doing something with him, and it's like hilarious. So people who follow her, or they are aware and know her, she posts pictures all the time of this Bob Ross, and we have a lot of
Bob
fun with.
Ross.
Oh, look at all the squash and gourds. Oh my
Now that's
goodness.
one. Yeah, that's just one of the wagon loads from that big gourd space. That was before that. We had tons of wagon loads of gourds. Yes, I am fascinated with gourds for
Oh, they
whatever
look
reason. I just
beautiful.
think they're cool as heck.
They
That was
look
a one.
beautiful.
That was a one of radishes right there. It went down to the farmer market, which some of them were like ping pong balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I love radishes.
Next.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Now this is how the okay. This picture, I'm glad you went in order. This picture is how the I was instructed to plant. These are the Roma tomatoes you're seeing right here. And
Oh my
that is
goodness.
how she told me to plant them. That's at the beginning. See how they are? See how close
Yep.
to they are? They're also
Yep.
surrounded with rocks. Now, if you go to the next one, there's one of it with the tomatoes.
Oh my
Yeah, look.
goodness.
Look at all those tomatoes.
And that's just from
It did
listening.
get weeds in it, I'll admit that, but oh my, do
Oh my
what?
goodness. Oh, and by the way,
Yeah, those are
Sarah,
all
I just have to say very briefly that Cato is listening. She's and so Cato is talking. She's going like,
Wow, the radish. Amazing. Yes.
yeah, yeah. And
Thank you,
so
Kato.
yeah, so that yeah, Cato and Cato is just a sweetheart. See, and she's saying hello to you and
Greetings.
Paul.
Good to see Shadow Fox and Sarah with you, Paul. Love you all.
Yeah, so you're Auntie Sarah, by the way. Oh, we're losing you again. Are you there?
It's in and out. It's in and out. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful garden. That's a beautiful garden.
It truly.
Auntie
Oh,
Sarah.
yeah. There. Yep. Your Auntie Sarah, and she's saying hi. But I will tell you, this is a
Oh, I
lot of
don't
fun.
know. Are you?
Pardon me? No, we did not. Cato is asking if we planned the the same color outfit. No,
No,
no.
there's inconsistency.
Yes, exactly. Yes, we do.
I
So,
can't hear you.
but I must say that I get beautiful benefit from her garden because she cans everything.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, and we get some really good stuff coming our way. And of course, I do like the grape jam and I send it down to her family. My garden is never as big as hers. We just have enough for, the two of us. But yeah, I take a lot of, she's taught me an awful lot about gardening and putting our hands into the earth to feed us, really.
Yeah. See, I'm not good in the garden. I've never been good with a garden. I can grow grass, and the grass that you walk on, people, not the kind that you.
I was just gonna ask you.
So,
I was just gonna ask you if it was the grass you smoked.
yes, no, no, I don't grow the. Okay, I don't grow that.
Okay.
But I grow regular grass. Fescue is what I'm best with, but grass I can grow anywhere, and that's part of the landscaping plan that my stepson and I have. I'm in a desert, and I'm gonna make something grow out here. I can plant trees, and they'll take off and grow. But as far as like a garden goes, I think the reason why, again, where Sarah has this relationship with her garden,
Yes.
I've never had a relationship with a garden.
Yeah.
So that's probably why my garden doesn't take off. When I plant grass, I have a relationship with that grass. I have a relationship with that tree. They
Ah.
take off. So what Sarah's talking about makes sense because I grow a garden and it's just like, Jesus Christ, this is a lot of work. Please grow. God damn it, just grow. I have anger with it, because I want it to just grow. Where
Right.
grass, it's just like, oh, I can't wait until it pops up through. I can see the first little green leaves. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, there it is. And I'm all excited.
Mhm.
So I think there's a huge difference
Yeah.
in just my energy that I put out towards it. Where if I try to grow a garden, maybe I might have to try to give a garden another chance and look at it with a positive mindset and be positive with it. Maybe I could grow a garden.
She has said, and she's a very strong component for this, is that like if people come over to her home and say they're upset about something, they cannot enter that space of her garden at all. I mean, obviously it's fenced off, so they cannot breach that fence. All right. She'll say, wait a minute, I'll come out, whatever. Um, until if they kind of, even if the kids come in and they're gonna help pull weeds or do whatever, and she's teaching them, oh no, the kids, they've got to be, that really good energy. And that's, I think, what
Yeah.
part of that message that she was really trying to bring forward. And I don't know if she's going to try to come back in or not or what. It's very frustrating for her with the internet where she
Yeah.
lives. It really is.
No, I know the feeling with the internet. The only reason why I didn't start my show back up sooner is because of how bad the internet was where I was. The only way I could do a show is I had to record it, and I didn't want to do recorded shows. I wanted to do live.
Right.
And I couldn't do live with the internet I had. I was only getting 5 megabytes per second for download speed. So you can't run a StreamYard show with 5 megabytes. It's almost next to impossible. Where I'm at
Exactly.
now, I've got 120 to 150 megabytes per second. Okay. I have unlimited data, you know.
Yep.
I don't do Wi-Fi. I plug it right into the Ethernet, and bam, I don't have issues now.
Yep.
So, but again, it comes down to just having a plan and going forward with it and making sure you plan it out right. And now here I am. I'm running 3 shows a week. I just bumped it up to 4 this week. I got Van coming in tomorrow with Becoming Stoic. And I just started a new one on Tuesday to replace the alternative. I now have Tuesday Takes with LR Evans, where we
Oh, okay. Is that where you're doing it with like tweets and things?
yeah. And we had a real good surprising turnout, and it went really good, So I'm loving it. I'm loving it, and I don't care if I become a huge phenomenon or not. That I don't care about that. I like coming on here, having conversations, talking about things. And I love it. It's fun. This is what I'm gonna do. I just enjoy it.
Well,
Kato,
Paul, when we were talking about, Cato was actually making a mention that, she notices that every time she goes into the crystal store or a metaphysical store, her phone doesn't work. And the same thing also happens when, like, Sarah and I get together. A lot of the electronics do not necessarily work. So it could also be a part of this. Because I know Sarah was very excited to be able to, come on the show, and she had to wait until after her stuff was done with the actual uh, farmers market.
mm-hmm.
So it's like in what Cato was saying about that energy around it, for Cato, like going into the stores and the computer, the electronics not working. And this is that, I think, where you can tie a lot of this together, because it even works when you're in harmony, for like what Sarah was saying, how she listens. And she had gone out to one of the crystal stores, and she had gotten crystals, and she had put in crystals um, next to the opening of where she goes into her garden. So it's like, when you really think about all these different mechanisms that come together, and we may notice those things, like Cato said, she noticed the difference. Um,
Right. Well, there's lots of things like that. I've encountered this phenomenon called slider, when people they go under like a street light, and the street light will go off.
yeah, yeah,
Whenever I'm upset or angry or sad, um,
yeah,
it happens to me a lot. I'll drive into a parking lot, and the lights will start to go off, and
yeah,
it's like, wow. And it's I'm not making the lights go off by thinking, oh, turn the light off. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when I enter that area, for some reason, it has an effect on the light. I don't know why. It's a phenomenon. I can't explain it, nor am I going to try to. I have noticed that when I am upset, lights go off. I know that in my house, before I started using LEDs and energy saving lights, the old light bulbs, a light bulb would last like 6 months. I'd have to get a new light bulb. Light bulbs burned out fast all my life, everywhere I've lived. Light
yes,
bulbs burn out fast,
yep,
and people are just like, well, what are you doing to make these light bulbs? I don't know. I could, I'd go back home to my parents and all that a few times. And when I moved back in, um, they just couldn't explain why their light bulbs suddenly had to all be changed. That it might be 5 years, 8 years, and I show back up, and within a week and all that, bam, they got to change all their light bulbs.
yeah. Well, when I step, or if I'm doing like say working with some healing energy, um, and we've been at different areas. And so, when you go into a public restroom and they have, you put your hand underneath the faucet and it turns on, or, it's for movement, whatever.
Right.
Nope, it will not. If I'm working within that energy field, I can't get the water to work. I actually got stuck in a bathroom one time and couldn't get out because everything was the electronic aspect to it, right? My hands, I had soap on my hands. I had to wait for somebody to come in, okay? And then they actually had the with the door. I'm telling you, it was hilarious. My husband, Lee Two Hawks, was, where'd you go? I says, I got hung up in the bathroom. I mean, you couldn't even get like the paper towels to work, nothing. And it was, we were actually, we had gotten somebody to film one of Lee Two Hawks' class, and we had a bunch of people in the room, and those big mega cameras like that you see from news stations, so on and so forth. Well, guess what happened? All the batteries were charged, every single battery. We got no film of it at all. I mean, like 3 seconds here, 2 seconds there. We couldn't. Nothing was filmed. The batteries kept going out. They had all the cameras set up, and they're like, I can't believe it. That just went out. And they went over and tried to get it to go again. They put another battery in. Nope. So we were blowing them out. It happens. And again, this is that part of energy and listening, and doesn't matter in what capacity. It's just where do you tune to turn that energy, right? So, yeah.
Exactly.
So it doesn't look like Sarah's coming back. I feel so bad for her. She was so excited. And she was so excited for that. And, but, oh, wait a second. What did Diana says something? So yeah. I'm glad you can hear me better. Yep. All right, Paul, what are you doing?
Well, I wanted to show people. Where I'm living, I have these birds.
Oh, I see them.
And every morning as I walk, more and more just show up and get on the power lines.
Oh my goodness. You're drawing them there.
And I have video after video of this. And it kind of blows me away because it's like I go through these phases where when I go out in the mornings, and here we go again.
Oh my goodness.
I walk up to the line and they just show up.
Hey, Paul, I'm going to try to call Sarah.
Okay.
And see if I can get her on speakerphone, because then maybe you guys can hear her.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's try that and let's see.
Oh my God.
Are you there? You're on speakerphone now, Sarah, so I don't know. Let's see.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear her?
Yes, I can hear her perfect.
There you go. All right, so we don't
Problem solved.
We don't have a picture, but
that's okay. We got her voice.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So
beautiful
Sarah,
garden.
I was trying to pull all these things, and we were talking about how the energy. I don't know if you could hear it or not, but well, we kind of have Sarah back on. It'll be probably audio only.
That's okay. It works for me.
So go ahead, Sarah. Pick up from where you left off, because I told them that you put crystals on the outside of your garden.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, yes. Now, you told me to do that, but the rocks were all about the old woman that comes to me. And when I do that, when I listen and go into the garden for peace, not to bring anger in. I don't let people in my garden that are in a bad mood, because the plants are affected by your mood. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. I actually made a mention of that, but I'm glad you said that and brought that up because it truly is. I am so glad that you do that and you do not allow people in that carry that, anxiety and frustration or anger, because it's the same thing, Sarah, like when we're cooking dinner, right? If
Right.
if you're upset, I think it's either a Chinese or a Japanese um, saying that says an angry cook poisons the family or
That
poisons.
is true. The food doesn't taste as good.
Yep. So
That is true. And when I bring in the food from the garden, I also thank the garden for giving me that.
oh yeah.
When I'm picking it, I tell the garden, seriously, I do. I talk to plants. I'm a crazy woman. And I tell them, thank you. When I'm picking, like, say, cucumbers, the bees will be in there.
Uh-huh.
And I never get stung because I thank them for pollinating. I can reach my hand right in there. You can hear them going. It sounds like, they're going to buzz the whole place away.
Uh-huh.
And they won't touch me. So let me do my thing and I let them do their thing.
Awesome.
And people can do this. People that say they have a black thumb, I'm sorry, they do not have a black thumb. They have bad energy.
There you go. Yeah, now I don't know if you had caught it, but Paul was saying that he grows grass. He can grow, the actual grass, not the kind you smoke, right? But
right. Well, in California, you got to kind of clarify that one.
I know we did. We did.
Right. But like I was telling Shadow Fox, Sarah, anytime I've tried to grow a garden, it's always been with like anger and frustration. And I'm always like, oh, Jesus Christ, I wish this would grow. But when I grow grass, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait until it shoots up. And I'm just always so excited. So my grass always grows good, where I can't get a garden to grow because I'm not going out there with a positive mentality, I think. So I think that probably has a huge part of it.
It does have a huge part of it because you will you'll look at it and go, why aren't you growing?
Yep.
Well, what?
Yep.
They say that growing a garden is the slowest form of artistry, basically. Because you have to take that seed and you have to imagine that seed as a gigantic plant that's going to feed you later.
Yeah.
And you have to have the faith in that little tiny seed when you plant it in a little tiny pot, that it's going to be 6 foot tall and give you half a bushel of tomatoes later. And if you don't have that faith and you can't see that vision, yeah, you're not going to be very good.
Yeah. And Sarah, just by the way, because what you were speaking about is creating that, right? Like it's like a work of art, right? So
exactly.
Now Cato had made a mention, because I know you can't see any of the stuff, but she was talking about how every time she goes into a crystal store or a metaphysical store that her phone never works. And Paul and I, we were kind of, waiting to see if we could get you to come back into the room or whatever. But I think that there's so many different mechanisms that can show us how our intent, right, of what we're putting forward, just like the intent of that creativity of being in balance and in harmony, like even from the time you start your plants to as after you harvest them. It's like these, like, even, do you happen to take in like music or anything, like when you're out in the garden? Do you happen to take any electrical devices out there?
No.
Okay. Yep.
No.
Yep.
Well, so I take my phone because I know that Shadow Fox will call me and
True.
she'll get me in the garden often.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's about it. And I only take my phone outside, because of Michael. Otherwise, I would probably stay inside too.
Right.
But no, I don't. They have their own songs out there. The birds are out there. We have my partner Wayne planted hundreds of trees on our 10-acre property. So we have birds everywhere. Earlier today, there was a woodpecker on top of our log cabin pecking away. Yes, we have all kinds of songs for the plants to grow with, right?
Hey,
that's their music, not mine.
That's right. And Sarah, Paul had just put up and he showed from his iPhone, he had done a video and he had mentioned and he showed us how birds, there's so many birds that every day he comes out and there's more and more and more that are gathering. And he was showing it. And then you happen to mention the birds. And
oh yeah, birds are important.
It truly, really, when you think about just that magic, right? And I think,
well, let me tell you what happened here.
Okay.
So my partner, he built this house. It's a log cabin. I should have sent a picture of that, didn't think of it. Anyway, he built this house and cleared it out. And then to get back to the land, he planted 100 trees or so. They're all pine trees and pin oaks and things like that all around the property, to keep the land, happy. So, but the birds also planted some trees. And do you know what they gave me?
What?
They gave me three mulberry trees that are now fully mature. They're big trees now. They're giving me mulberries back.
Nice.
I didn't plant them. The birds did. You know how they planted them, right?
Right. Yep.
They were sitting in the other trees having themselves some fun. Anyway, yes, we have 3 full-size, beautiful mulberry trees now. And I went around this year and I picked them all and made mulberry jelly out of it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, by the way, Paul, can you pull up, Sarah, hang on, because Cato is just sending a couple little messages here, and there's 2 of them, and even Diana, she sings to her plants. But can you read it out from Cato? There's a couple of them. She was talking about synchronicity and something with the
Just a synchronicity I would love to share. The moon is in Taurus. Yesterday was full moon. Taurus is the sign of gardening and soil. Symbolically, Taurus teaches us that life is like a garden.
Oh, my goodness.
That good things take time, planting the seeds in our lives and having the patience to enjoy the whole process before the plants bloom.
Oh, my. That's our Cato.
And that is what happens. It is better to grow by the actual moon cycles and what's in what. I'm not real good at that now, mind you, but I do follow the moon cycles because it's helpful to the plants for whatever reason. I'm sure there's a scientific reason for it. The pull, the push, I don't know. But I do follow that pretty carefully in the springtime when I plant my own garden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and Diana has come up and she says that where did it go?
Well, I'll put it back up. They are also perhaps a wonderful analogy of a spiritual journey. And then Cato put up, I can only imagine how beautiful Diana's plants are with that voice.
Yeah.
Diana does have the voice.
Yep.
Diana does have the voice.
Yeah, Diana does have the voice. Absolutely.
See, Diana is actually a siren, okay?
Sometimes I sing to them. I don't have the beautiful voice for it, but the plants, I'm sure, appreciate it or at least tolerate me. Now, when I'm growing seedlings in the springtime for the farmer market,
Uh-huh.
a lot of them do get stuck inside my house just because of space constraints still.
Okay.
And they live in my kitchen, which always has music. And you know what? They do wonderful
Ah. So
inside. But
so
when they're outside, they have their own music.
so let me ask you a question, Sarah. If
Yeah.
somebody was really looking at, perhaps, starting a garden, even if it was like, say they may be on, in the city or something, and so they have a small little area. What plants do you think would be I don't know, like perhaps easier to work with, or ones that really take root with, whether it be singing or the intent. I mean, all plants will, but I'm just thinking for somebody that has never really ventured out or tried it, or would like to say, hey, well, let us prove you wrong, right? What
Right.
what plants perhaps that may not be that take a whole lot of work for those who are busy and maybe just like to have a couple of plants, and I don't know.
If they are we talking vegetables or flowers, my dear?
Well, that's up to you. Both.
Well, if they just want a beautiful flower garden, then throw zinnias in. You just water them and forget them. They'll
Okay.
grow 3 feet high. They're beautiful. They make a big bush. They flower up. You can cut the flowers,
Okay.
and it's easy. And the butterflies like them.
Ah, okay. So how about vegetables?
Okay, and vegetables, just to get, something quickly that you're in a small space in the springtime, I would highly, highly recommend just planting some lettuce and spinach and radishes and make a salad.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
because
some green onions. Those only take a month.
yeah, and the lettuce works really well both in the springtime and in the fall, correct?
Yes, right now my fall garden is in, and I have spinach and lettuce out there
Ah,
still. And it is the middle of November in Indiana.
okay.
And this is not in the greenhouse, it's out in the big garden. And they're just coming up. I have to pick it all this week, though, because our temperatures are supposed to drop in the 20s and stay there starting Friday. So
Yeah.
that means the outside garden's finally done.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. You're in Indiana. Oh my God, 20
I'm in
degrees.
Indiana. I don't have 72 degrees every single day, which would be a
Yeah, it is. It is gorgeous out today. Let's see, where are we at today here in Herb? We are at. I'm gonna laugh if it's 72. No, it's 68. It's 68.
Oh,
It is a cold day today. We are at 68 degrees.
Oh my. You poor
we are
thing.
about to drop to winter here.
So are we.
Yeah. Well, the thing is what I enjoy about hearing that news flash from Sarah, because she really pays attention to this. Usually about a day later is what we end up getting, so she's like my little weather balloon. But she's about
Yeah.
2 weeks ahead of us. So it's like when she's doing her planting, so on and so forth, I know I've got 2 weeks to hang out and um, yeah,
And
I'm a
plant her
little lazy.
one
I'm a little lazy
plant
gardener.
that she obsesses over.
Yeah, I'm one of those little lazy gardeners, and it's
Oh,
like,
she's lovely. She's so much fun.
oh gosh. And well, the thing is it's not just me. It's like Lee Two Hawks does it too, right? So it's like, okay, did you water? Yeah, no, I didn't water. What do you mean you didn't water? Okay, so it's paying attention to the plants. It's like, wait a minute, didn't you water? Oh no, I thought you did. So we have to get onto the same page when it comes to the garden. So we like to both do it, but I think it would probably be better if either he just did it or if I just did it.
Oh no, when you can work in harmony, then it works.
Then it works.
Because
We haven't mastered that part with the garden yet. So this is what
I know.
we're trying to do. Yes.
Yes, I know. Every year, I know.
Well, I drive her nuts. She's like, what? Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, she's very obsessive over 3 plants. She plants.
They're like my babies, It's like, oh goodness, And it's like, instead, I don't have this huge garden, but I have, like I said, I have enough of what it will produce for my husband and I, right? And I can give some to the grandkids and stuff. But no, well, we have a lot. We have like blueberry bushes. We get like a lot.
Yes, but you also have deer.
Yes, we do. We have a lot of that.
Now, I have around my garden a fence, and I want to make this clear to anybody still listening, that if you fence it in and claim that space as only good vibrations, just for that space, and really give it to it, really see in your head how that space will look later when you start from a little seed and you go to the 6-foot tall tomato plant. You have to visualize this and use your intuition. It's not about doing it by the book, right? I've taught you that much, right?
Yep.
And you do it by your gut. And these, like Shadow Fox says, it's her babies.
Mm-hmm.
And if you treat them like your babies, they'll grow 6 feet tall. You just got to remember to water them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Water does help.
It does.
It's the essence of life.
You can do experiments within even your little garden if you want to. You can pay more attention to just some certain plant that you always love on and just do the rest of them regular and see what happens.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Magic there.
Yep. And but Sarah, now there are some plants that really like to be left alone. They'll grow so much better if you just kind of ignore them. Yeah.
But that's more like house plants, cactuses, things like that.
Yep. Oh, I have this beautiful, beautiful violet plant.
Oh, here she goes.
Well, come on. I gotta. Yeah. I think it's just our energies. I have difficulty growing lavender. Lavender is one of my favorite plants.
I can grow lavender out of little baby seeds.
Yeah, she can do all of that. And she always takes pictures of this beautiful, massive lavender plant. And sometimes she'll take that little statue. I don't know if anybody had seen it, of Bob. Anyway,
Bob Ross.
You got it.
Give Bob Ross props.
Yes, got to have the props for that. But she has fun in there, right? That's what this is all about. And so the fun that we tease each other over, there we go. The fun that we tease each other over is that she has difficulty growing violets. And yet I can grow violets. So we're completely opposite. So she'll send me this beautiful, I mean, robust, like, just look at my lavender. And it's like, really? And so then I just send her the picture of my violet.
Of the violets, right back at me. But she's such a sweetheart. I love her so much.
So we just have this little bit of a tag team going, but it's fun. We enjoy it. We love, like, here, take that.
Absolutely.
Yep. And I send her pictures of my teeny tiny little garden, and she just kind of gives me credit and pats me on, the head and says, okay.
Well, maybe I'm going to have a big garden because I got all these birds that keep coming around.
Participating in growing life.
Right.
Out of a little tiny seed.
Yep.
But you usually buy your plants at the plant center, so
Well, Yeah, I don't do them. I don't do a lot of them from seed. I've tried.
No, because you don't have the setup. I have a setup here that I have 8 banks of lights in my basement that we start the seeds down there and get them all happy.
Oh, Kato writes. Kato says. She goes, I was waiting for the lavender violet mention. I told her the story. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, see? She's proud of her violets.
I certainly am. And
That's
she's
right.
and Sarah is proud of her lavender.
Well, and everything else, yes. I sit in a house completely filled with plants in the winter because they have to come in from the greenhouse, you know.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that
And
you guys can
bringing
grow
in-
anything, you should be
Then I'm
proud of.
bringing in
Hang on,
dragon fruit plant.
hang on a second, Sarah. What was that? Paul was trying to say something.
I said the fact that you guys can grow things, period, you should be proud of that. Whatever it is that you can grow. I mean, to
Yes.
grow something is just awesome.
Yep.
Because it's healthy for you.
Yes.
Yeah. And as our garden is going, we're gonna think of you growing grass.
There you go.
Yes, Paul.
And you are gonna do this next spring, aren't you? That and some trees?
Somewhere along the line we are. Joe just secured employment, and we're looking at everything. I want to make sure that our finances are under control. Plus,
Okay.
there's a lot of landscaping to do. I've been out there raking a lot of rocks. Remember, I'm in the desert now, so I went from the mountains with giant trees to the desert with sand and rocks. And basically, my whole half acre, raking all the rocks off of it and relocating them, using them for decoration around the bases of all the trees and stuff like that.
Right.
And making it all pretty. And then for the driveway, we're just going to pour some 3/4 rock through there and set that up. And then everywhere else, we're just going to grow some grass and put some trees in. And there we go. And I've already got the birds. I mean, the birds are waiting. They must read my mind knowing that I'm going to do all of this. And they're just like, Daddy, hurry up and get some trees out there so we can roost in the trees instead of these power lines.
Hey, Paul, is there any kind of tree that you could like plant that would survive like in that desert setting that like a fruit tree or something where
it would feed the birds?
It would feed the birds.
Oh yeah, there's lots of trees. We're looking at it. We can grow a California pepper tree. There's just tons of trees. Eucalyptus.
That's wonderful.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's lots of trees, and of course we got lots of bunny rabbits out here. We have road runners galore. We got these little quail called Gamble's quail that run around. So we have lots of wildlife out here. We even have this is the place to come if you want some wild ass, because we got donkeys just running around everywhere out here. So
wild donkeys?
Wild donkeys, yeah. We got wild burros that just roam everywhere. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So plus we got the coyotes that come out at night.
Yes. But you also, when you grow something, you either grow it for the animals that, are in the ecosystem around you, or you grow it for yourself. Now, if you're growing it for yourself, you do need to protect from the animals. I mean, I have birds that I have to put the strawberry netting over my strawberries, or they'll eat them all.
Oh,
and in my garden, we had to put up a rabbit fence because we wake up in the morning. We have tame bunnies in our front yard, like 10 of them. They don't even move. They don't care. Our dog will go bark at them. They just look at them like, no. But they won't go in my garden because my intent is to grow for us.
Right.
Now, I do have a random deer that has been walking through eating my spinach. Goes right over the fence. It must be a big one. We haven't seen him yet, but his footprints are right going through my spinach, and he takes a couple nibbles and walks out the other end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So sometimes you just have to sigh and realize the wildlife need to eat too.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely. And seeing whatever we grow, we're thinking about doing a row of kale along the back just for the bunny rabbits. You know,
The
Oh,
kale, yeah, and kale is very good once it flowers to leave it flower. It attracts honeybee. It attracts bees. The
yeah,
bees
yeah.
you need to pollinate your other stuff that you're
Yeah.
going to plant.
yeah.
Yes. No, I have we have kale seeds. I actually had a bunny rabbit for a pet. And just to
Oh,
tell you a quick story and all that, when my wife and I were in Las Vegas, there was this lady that walked around with a little bunny rabbit. We're just like, oh, so cute. And we'd pet the little bunny rabbit. And she moved and she didn't take the bunny rabbit with her. And the security guard came by and said, Paul, Carla, there is a bunny rabbit in the parking lot. And we went out there and we tried to catch that rabbit. Oh my God, it would just run around and play games and jump and just like do everything and all that. And it was drinking
yeah.
water from everybody's air conditioners. Anyways, one of the neighbor ladies caught the bunny rabbit and said, Paul, Carla, you guys got to take it. And my wife, of course, I'm an animal lover too, but my wife, she just can't say no. So she's just like, honey. And I'm just like, okay. So then I had to Google a whole bunch of things about bunny rabbits because we just now took a bunny rabbit. And oh my God, I tell you that bunnies are just fucking awesome. I love bunny rabbits. You can potty train them. You can potty,
Really?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like with cat litter, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we did it with shredded paper. We just put shredded paper in there, and the
Yeah.
bunny would go potty on it, and you change it every couple days and all that, you know. And I fed her kale every day. It gave you like a list of all these things that you can feed a bunny rabbit, and basically it said bunnies are choosy. They're going to pick what they want, and once they decide they like it, that's what they're going to eat. And my bunny rabbit chose kale. So now I can't walk through the grocery store without crying because my bunny rabbit passed away a few years back.
Aw.
Yes. Oh, I
Aw.
tell you though, she was the greatest pet though. I loved her. Oh, and now when I go into the store, every time I walk by the kale, a tear comes down my eyes because it's just like
Aw.
buns. Oh, but yep,
Aw.
I'm getting teary eyed now.
Kale is pretty and it's easy to grow
Yeah.
and it's good for the environment too.
Yes. Yes.
Wayne doesn't understand why I have a row of kale because we don't really like it to eat it much, but I keep it for the bees here. And
Yeah.
the birds like to peck the seeds once it goes to seed. So they were happy with that. And
Yeah.
then they weren't pecking at my, say, my cherry tomatoes or whatever.
What-
You know, they had their own thing in the garden.
You know, my brother, my brother Randy, the one who had transitioned, he loved gardening. I
Yes.
mean, he absolutely did, and he'd always tell me, he'd say, plant something for, for the critters. You have you're doing your garden, whatever it is, you can, plant something to feed them too.
Yes.
So I got to tell you a story though. We had gotten when we had moved and purchased this house, we had moved in the fall, and in the spring we had planted some peach trees, and they were the door. Yeah, I know they were the dwarf trees. So another year comes by, and a second year or whatever, and third year we actually ended up getting fruit, and there was just one. So I'm nurturing this, and I'm giving it love and energy and sweetness and everything, and it's getting ready. I mean, it's getting ripe. I turn around, I look, and here's my daughter, my youngest daughter. I just had a feeling she's in the backyard. What's she doing in the backyard? And she comes back out, and she goes, she has a pit in her hand. She goes, Mom, that was the best peach ever. And I was like, my heart was, my husband and I were going to chop it up and share it. Oh no. She had juice dripping down her face, it was
Of
like,
course she did.
yeah, she did. I looked at her and I said, do not do this next year. I'll give you one, but
For
I
some
was so hard. So I was like, oh, well, at least she ate it. She enjoyed it, and she said it was delicious.
And
for
that
some
peach tree,
Oh.
last year when I was there, we witnessed that same peach tree is now full of peaches
Oh yeah.
on
Oh
the back of their property.
Yep.
And we were sitting at Shadow Fox's picnic table, and we just sat and watched this deer,
Yep.
one single deer, walk up, start jumping up on its hind leg,
Yep.
and picking a peach and eating it,
Yep.
and spitting the pit, jumping up. We just repeatedly, I got so close to that deer before it ran, it was like pain.
yeah.
So yes, they grow their peach tree for the deer now too.
Yes, we do.
Diane said, for some reason, my keyboard is not responding. We had a plant grow in the backyard by surprise. One of the lawn crew recognized it. It was a type of very hot pepper. It only grows in the mountains in Mexico. After a bird eats a seed and then it processes through their system and it comes out as bird poop from the air. And we're in Texas.
Right
So
on.
basically, a bird from Mexico ate some of these peppers and dropped the seeds in Diane's yard in Texas, and she's got this mountain pepper in her yard.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
awesome.
Ah. Hey,
Tell her that obviously she's supposed to take care of it. Or hi, Diane, I'll tell you. And obviously you're supposed to take care of it. But get some of those seeds this year. Cut open one of these very hot peppers, put on gloves or whatever, and take the seeds. Keep the seeds. Next year, make more plants. Make a row of them or whatever. It's obviously supposed to be on your property, and it grows well.
yeah, it came
So
to
why
you.
not develop an area for Mexican hot peppers?
Yeah. Hey, Paul, can you read what Cato wrote?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
wrote, I like Sarah's perspective to just allow the bugs, animals to enjoy their food. I guess there are ways to prevent certain other beings like slugs to stay away from plants without being harmful to them.
Ah.
Yeah.
You got any info on slugs?
Yeah,
You can eat them as you go.
Beer?
Beer. Okay, first of all, you take a sprayer and you spray all the plants that have the slugs on it with Dawn dish soap and water.
Uh-huh.
Seriously, it's harmless. Regular Dawn dish soap is organic.
Yep.
It's harmless. So you spray your plants with that. Then if you want, the slugs will come off. They'll land in the dirt or whatever. Well, they're attracted to beer, the hops in beer. So if you set out like a little shallow dish and dump some beer in it wherever you're having a slug problem, they'll all climb in and die.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, but Cato said without being harmful to them. So she doesn't want to kill the slugs.
Some things are going to be harmful to your entire ecosystem garden.
Yeah.
And they cannot be there.
Yeah.
They just can't be there. They're in the wrong place, wrong time.
See, now I just wouldn't take the time to
climb in, carry them somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wouldn't take the time to put the beer out there and all of that. I just go through and just pick them and eat them. I mean.
Oh, gross. The slugs. Oh, I think I'm gonna vomit now. Thank you, Paul, for that beautiful
He just messing with
visualization.
you. I can tell that one. Yucko.
Yeah. Now I like using the neem oil. We spray the trees and everything.
Neem works well.
Yeah.
For,
How did I say that? Did I say that wrong?
Plants to breathe very well is the problem with neem. Some plants don't take well to it.
Ah, okay.
But slugs are just, they're part of a garden bad part that, it has to go away. And the only way you can do it is to trap them, basically, to get them to come out, attract them out of the plant.
Okay, so is there any particular beer that you would recommend?
It's
Killian's
the hops
Red.
that's in the beer. They
The
don't
hops?
care what the beer is. They care about the hops. That's all.
Killian's Red.
Why waste the good beer? I mean, you
Yeah, I
could
was
probably
gonna
put
say,
Pabst
can't you
Blue
do
Ribbon
something
on
like
and get the
Schmitz?
same result.
Rolling Rock? I don't know. Sorry if we made mentions of anybody's favorite beer. I don't know.
Well, I doubt that I did. I said Pabst Blue Ribbon. If that's somebody's favorite beer, oh, honey, please.
Yeah, so please forgive us.
She
Yeah.
just pissed off all of Texas.
I know. Rolling Rock? I mean, what? That Colorado? I don't know. But hey, listen, I don't, Paul, the time wise, I know we were, just trying to make up a little bit so that Sarah had a chance to actually be heard without like
No doubt.
spottiness. Yeah. So,
Indiana farm country, you have to love it.
yep. Just have to make little concessions here. But Sarah, thank you. Thank you for coming in and sharing how you tune in, the intuition, and trusting your gut instincts, and growing a beautiful garden, because I think this world really, I think, really does require some more gardeners in it.
Me too. Thank
Absolutely.
you for having me. It's been fun, even with all the glitches, which is normal around us, right?
Yeah.
Glitch.
Yep. We just go with the flow, man. That's it.
That's right.
There you go. I'm actually just started watching a show called Glitch on Netflix. So
Glitch.
Oh, there you go.
All
Yep.
right.
so
But-
I can't tell you if it's good or not. I just started watching it. I'm probably like about a half an hour into it, and it's all right now. This girl has this vision of this alien, so we'll have to see where it goes.
Oh, okay.
It seems like it's a little humorous in there, so I'll have to wait and see. But anyways,
Is that one that's kind of like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo?
no,
No?
it's not a slasher type thing and all that.
Okay.
It's I think it's more of a comedy drama,
Okay.
and it's in another language, so again, translate to English, So I read the subtitles. I like to watch shows where I read subtitles. For some reason, I get an association with language. Not that I can learn it, but for some reason, it gives me a recognizability with certain words. So
Yeah, I like watching foreign films, and then you could I like to listen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beer. I see this. Hold on. I got another text from Diana before we close the show out.
Okay.
Beer. I see the slug singing, "Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed." I had a couple of drinks about an hour ago and they went right to my head.
Leave it, Diana. Oh my! I love it.
Love you, Diana.
Oh my God! Oh,
Too awesome.
I know, that is awesome. And the thing is we know her voice, so we can see her
Yes.
singing.
Yes. All right.
All
Great
right.
show today. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. I love your garden. It's gorgeous. So now remember, everyone, be happy, be kind, and may good things come your way. Thank you.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Thank you.